Hi, this is Baby Blue and you are watching Spotlyte TV. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm still here now, I ain't disappeared. Been that girl for a minute now, I ain't disappeared. You know I love the limelight, so I take my time right. Never dropped an album or a single, but my hype's like woo.
Hi, you're watching Spotlyte TV and today I'm here with Baby Blue. Hi.
Hi.
So I wanted to take it back a bit from the beginning. How did you actually start getting into music?
Well, I was in school and a few of my friends were in a crew called Time Squad and they were rappers and they just wanted like a female in their group, so they were like, why don't you write some lyrics? And I was like, well, I've never done it before, I don't know even where to start, so they just kind of helped me and got me into it. And so I started writing lyrics, and then I went to a studio with them where they were doing a course, like a songwriting course, and that's when I started writing my own songs and recording, so yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah? And you had some success with your single I Woulda. How was that for you?
Well, I wrote the song about my cousin. It was quite sad at the time. He was killed in America, and I wrote the song about him and kind of the events surrounding his death. And it was one of the first songs I'd ever written or recorded. I think it could have actually been the first. And I just recorded it at this studio, and like a lot of people liked it. Just everyone was just like, I love that song, and I really liked the beat and the whole vibe of the track. So I gave it to a few DJs, and they just like the support on it was amazing, because I think a lot of people could kind of relate to it, because it was at a time where like gun violence was getting quite bad in London, whereas it hadn't been like that for a while. So a lot of DJs played it, and one DJ in particular, Commander B, who was on Choice FM, and he said it was like the most requested song of his career. So that was kind of the song that got me noticed. Yeah,
that's really good. So after that you went and toured with Estelle, and you worked with her in the studio. How did that actually come about?
Well, my manager at the time sent her some of my tracks, and I think she heard that first track, I Woulda, and she was just really like, oh, I really like her, I want to do some tracks with her. And like Estelle was someone that I really looked up to, because obviously she was one of the only girl rappers at the time in the UK. Like Miss Dynamite was there and she was there, but other than that there wasn't really anyone. So she was someone that I really looked up to, someone that had been doing a lot of stuff. She'd done the track with Black Twang, and she had her album out and stuff, and I really liked her. So yeah, so I really wanted to work with her, and just one day she just said, just come to the studio. So I went to the studio with her and we did the track Hey Girl, which ended up featuring John Legend, and then she invited me to New York to record with her while she was doing her first album. And I was also her hype girl, so I was like up and down the country with her performing when she was on tour. So yeah.
Loads.
Yeah.
And also you worked with P Diddy, didn't you? Were you in his studio? What was that? What did you do?
I actually worked for his label, Bad Boy, for a while, because I lived in New York.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I wanted to get behind the scenes experience and like make connections out in America as well, because it's kind of, obviously I want to break my home first, but like eventually I'd love to like be able to release music out there. So I went out to kind of just like learn the business and learn how things work out there, because I think we can learn a lot from them. So.
Any inside gossip into the P Diddy studio?
I don't know, it's not as glamorous as people probably think. It's just kind of like work and just like a lot of things going on, events, like he puts on a lot of different events for his artists, and I don't know.
Still work.
Yeah.
I don't play about foot to the floor now. If you wanna go slow, that's your call, not me though. I see those lights in front of me. If you wanna fly, then follow me. When you really look at me, tell me what you see. I can see the throne, let me have my seat, cause I'm living my life in 3D. So I stand out, I'm a brand now. Got a double that, no handout. Got the whole equation planned out. I got the world in the palm of my hand now.
So you've had a big year. You've had Run Out and Double Up. How has it been for you that you've had such good success with those songs?
Yeah, well, I was really, because while I was living in New York, I wasn't really releasing any music in the UK, so even though I was writing and I was in the studio, I wasn't, you know, people kind of looked like, oh, where have you gone? Like, we haven't heard from you in a while. So I was really happy that Run did really well. Like, I've had like, a really good reaction to that track, and I was just happy that, you know, the videos have been played on every channel, the songs have been playlisted, so I couldn't really ask for more with those. I mean, those are building tracks. and I've got an album coming out next year, so it's just really about like building like my profile, and just those tracks have just they've just done what they were supposed to do, and like I've had a really good response. People love them, so I'm happy.
Yeah. So what can we expect from your album next year?
Well, it's gonna be Baby Blue, but just like a little bit more grown up, like some different kind of subject matters to what you would have heard on like the street tracks and the mixtapes, and just quite musical, and just more grown up, and just like I'm quite honest on the album, so but I've worked with a lot of people, Da Vinci and Danae I've been doing some stuff with, and some guys out in Europe as well, so it's got a different sound to it.
Getting a mixture of different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we had Game Over, and you were involved in the female remix. How did that come about?
Well, the girl, I think it was Cherry V that actually started it, and I think she approached Tinchy about it, and he was just like, let's get it together. So they asked me to feature on it, and obviously I was like, definitely.
You're doing really, it's
it's done really well. It happened really quickly. Like I think I only recorded it about 2 weeks ago, and it's come out.
Wow.
It was really quick. It literally came out a few days after I recorded it. So I mean we had to move quickly on it, because obviously the guys' version's been out for a while now.
You just get in there.
Yeah. There's so many remixes though. Like I'm hearing there's like a guy singers remix.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I don't know what next, maybe girl singers on the next one, I don't know. Yeah, but no, it's done well. Like the views have been really good on that.
Cause I've been there, done that, heard it. You slip up, let me twerk this. So I studied it, now I learned it. Give me something I can work
with. So, in the scene at the moment, who do you think is doing their thing?
Who am I feeling? Well, obviously Tiny Temper I think is really good. I love him.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really feeling Plan B at the moment, as I've been listening to his album.
Yeah.
Who else? Underground wise, I'm really feeling SAS, rap duo, and who else? There's so many people.
So many though. It's
quite
quite a full things.
Yeah. But I like what Chipmunk's doing as well. And Jessie J, I think is really
she's good.
Yeah, vocals sick. There's so many though.
There's like could go on forever, couldn't it? So, have you got any performances coming up? Anything that anyone needs to know?
Performing a lot, basically up to the run up to Christmas. You can check like all the performances on the MySpace, which is myspace.com/babyblueonline. Just look out for my album next year, and Paper Haters as well, which is my next single, which is you're going to hear on radio really soon. And Twitter as well. I'm always on Twitter, twitter.com/IamBabyBlue, and the Facebook is facebook.com/babyblueonline.
Yeah? Alright, thank you very much.